What's up, everyone? We are live at 5 here at Broadway.com. It is Thursday, May 9th. I'm Paul Wantore.
And I'm Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And we're joined by Caitlin Moynihan,
Hello.
giving jazz hands, as always. Yes. And a fantastic Tony-nominated actor that we love, Mr. Benjamin Walker, is here. He is currently starring in All My Sons, which is a beautiful show at the American Airlines Theater.
He's incredible.
We're going to talk to him all about that and a little bit of American Psycho. But first, today's top 5.
This favorite is learning all that jazz.
That's right. Desi Oakley, who is recently traveling all across the country in Waitress. She was the original Jenna in the tour Waitress. She is now going to be playing Roxy Hart next door at the Ambassador Theater in Chicago. She will be playing 3 different engagements as of right now. May 13th, she starts through the 26th, and then she'll be back June 17th through the 30th.
Where's she going?
I don't know. You know, maybe it's summertime, taking a little vacation.
You never know who's Roxy Hart.
Right.
Anyway.
And then she'll go back for July 15th through the 28th. You may have also seen her on Broadway in Wicked, Annie, and Les Mis. She also toured the country in Wicked and Evita. She was a vlogger for Broadway.com. Pie a la Road was her vlog.
Sure.
She's absolutely wonderful. She has an incredible voice. And now she's Roxy Hart. Great role. Welcome back.
And these 2 favorites are leading an industry reading. It's very exciting.
Do you know what Broadway loves? Drag.
We do.
Clearly. We do.
We do.
And we love turning movies we love into musicals.
Yes.
So Mrs. Doubtfire is something that we've been talking about for a while.
This has been cooking around for a long time.
So this musical version of Mrs. Doubtfire is now ready to have some readings. And so we found out who's in the readings, or workshops, or labs, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know the difference anymore. Rob McClure, who is so good in Beetlejuice.
Absolutely, so great.
So he's playing Mrs. Robin.
I would assume he's playing the Robin.
We assume he's playing the Robin Williams role.
Yeah.
And Kate Baldwin.
He's playing the Sally Field role.
Sally Field. Kate Baldwin is Broadway's Sally Field.
Yeah, absolutely.
That totally.
Yes.
Although Sally Field is sometimes Broadway's Sally Field.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're doing readings on May 16th and 17th. Also starring. That's not it. Mario Cantone, Mallory Bechtel, Charity Angel Dawson, Mark Evans, Michael James Scott, and more.
Do you think Mario Cantone's playing the Harvey Firestein role?
Like sure.
Right? Like his brother?
That sounds very typecasty of you.
No, but that just adds up. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe we'll be surprised.
Or maybe he's playing the Pierce Brosnan role.
Oh, he could be. Yes.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is written by Something Rotten creators John O'Farrell and Carrie Kirkpatrick and Wayne Kirkpatrick. So they are all super talented and very funny.
Yeah.
And Jerry Zaks is directing it. And you know what Mrs. Doubtfire is about. It's like Tootsie. It's about a struggling actor who gets into drag to get something he wants. So in this case, he wants to be with his family.
He wants to be with his kids. Yeah, because
kids. So I have a feeling it won't necessarily. Maybe it'll run the same time as Tootsie. I don't know.
Maybe.
Just drag everywhere. Ben Walker doesn't do drag though.
You wait, just yet. This world premiere musical is having its debut off Broadway.
Yes, so Scotland, Pennsylvania, I believe it's spelled out Scotland, PA, but I think it's pronounced Scotland, Pennsylvania. So it was a cult film in 2001, and it's essentially an adaptation of Macbeth. Roundabout Theater Company has announced the world premiere musical comedy based on this movie. Features an original score by Adam Gwone, a book by Michael Mitnick, and Lonnie Price will be directing. It will begin previews on September 14th at the Laura Pels Theater. It will officially open on October 15th. So it's a modern retelling of Shakespeare's Macbeth set in a sleepy Pennsylvania town. And Macbeth is a burger joint manager, and he and his wife cook up a plan to supersize their lives. So if you're familiar with Macbeth, I believe Christopher Walken played Macduff in the movie, which is really interesting. So the announcement of a full cast and a full creative team is forthcoming, but very exciting. I'll have to check out this movie.
A sleepy town, huh?
A sleepy Pennsylvania
What does that
town.
mean
yes.
exactly?
When not New York. Yeah, it's just suburban. They're a little down on their luck.
Oh,
Sure.
That's what
And these Tony-nominated co-stars have a new gig.
Yes, so Christine Nielsen and Julie White are two fantastic Tony-nominated funny women.
They are.
They do drama too, but they are currently very funny in Gary, a sequel to Titus Andronicus, over with Nathan Lane.
Full title. Full title. I laugh every time.
You can't just call it Gary.
No, you're right.
Colon.
Anyway, both Tony-nominated in the same category. Anyway, now they're going to be co-hosting the 85th Annual Drama League Awards, which is that luncheon where like 398 actors get honored. And they'll be great. And they're going to be fantastic. And you can go see them at the Booth Theater with Nathan Lane in Gary, a sequel to Titus Andronicus by Taylor Mack. Taylor Mack's Gary, a sequel to Titus Andronicus. Like Arthur Miller's All My Sons.
There it
is.
is.
That way.
And we got a new Show People episode featuring the Tony nominee, Ali Stroker.
Yes, Paul, you sat down with Ellie Stroker
Everything's
in
about
here.
Tony nominees.
Yeah, so she's of course playing Ado Annie in Daniel Fish's revival of Oklahoma over at the Circle in the Square Theater. She was an incredible Show People guest. I just watched the interview. She talked about.
Were you inspired?
I was. I mean, she's very inspiring, but
she's incredible.
how she had to find her own voice and her audition process for this role. Everything. She was absolutely incredible. It's a wonderful interview. You find out who she wants to meet. I won't spoil it for you. Go watch it yourselves. But yeah, it's a fantastic.
Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
You have to click on the
Spoil
article.
it.
Everyone told you to find that out. Everyone wants to meet Dolly Parton.
No, of course
That's
everyone
true.
does. But yeah, she also talks about.
You know who else wanted to meet Dolly Parton?
Who?
Teenage Ben Walker.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. All right. Now
Learning
we know.
something new.
There are some other fun things on the site. The
Yes.
very first episode of Eva Noblezada's new vlog.
Tony nominee.
Tony
have to
nominee
say
Eva
Tony nominee in front of
Noblezada.
everyone's
Yep.
name.
A little songbird for Hades Town. The first episode of that one up. Tony winner Cynthia Erivo just spoke
What's
with.
she doing?
So she's performing at Lincoln Center, I believe.
Yes.
But she's
It's
also
taped. Well, she already did.
She already did. It's going
Yeah,
on.
now
Yes.
you can see it. But she's also going to be starring in the Harriet Tubman biofilm.
Yes.
And then there's the Color Purple movie that's
we hope she'll
circling
be
out
in.
there.
Yeah.
She addresses that. Photos from the Drama Desk nominee reception. You can go through those. Aladdin comes out soon, May 26th. I believe Aladdin
I
comes
know,
out.
I feel like we haven't been
I know. So there's all this
buzzing enough
stuff
about it.
coming out with Aladdin. You can see music videos and photos and all that. And West End Fiddler on the Roof star Judy Kuhn talked with Matt Wolfe, a Q&A from London. So, yeah.
Well done,
London.
sir.
Talk about all of that.
Thank you for stopping
I'm going to get
by.
out of Ben Walker's seat, so enjoy.
Thank you, Ryan.
My
Hey,
pleasure.
Caitlin, tell everyone about today's guest.
Gladly, yes. We have Tony nominee Benjamin Walker here in the studio with us today. Casey is currently playing Chris Keller in All My Sons on the Broadway. He's previously been seen on Broadway in American Psycho, Cat in a Hot Tin Roof, Bloody Bloody Andrew Jackson, and more because he's been in a lot. He's a busy guy. Some of his screen credits included The Choice, which I sobbed at one time. Side note. And Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. He's done a whole lot. Follow him on social media at Find the Walker on all social media. Leave all of your questions in the comments below. And please welcome Ben and Paul.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir?
Really well, thank you.
Good to see you.
You too.
Welcome to a Tony-nominated life. How's it going?
It's really nice.
I wanted you to get a Tony nomination many times in the past,
Well,
so it's
thank
nice. It's nice to see it happen, right?
Well, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Anytime that it comes, it's nice.
yeah, it's a good thing. But
Yeah.
sort of like there's a lot of especially when you open a show like in April, as you did with
Yeah.
All My Sons. There's a lot of anticipation and everything's sort of opening at once, and all of a sudden every day there's like news of awards and things like that. And so, were you just very chill about all that, or were you thinking about it and?
Well, my son and my wife are in Toronto, so every day off, I fly up after the Sunday show.
Oh, wow.
I'll spend Monday with them, and then I'll
Nice.
come back Tuesday and then go do the play.
Right, and the
So-
nominations came out on a Tuesday.
Well, I was on the plane, so I was that morning. I left. I had to leave him, and it was really depressing, and I missed them, and so I got on the plane. I kind of snoozed on the plane, and as I got off, it took getting through customs for my phone to stop dinging. So it was very exciting and very nice.
That's nice. I love it.
Yeah.
This is like your 6th Broadway show, is that right?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Who can remember so many things?
It's all a blur, really.
This is a fantastic play. I don't remember the first production of All My Sins I saw, but it's so good.
The play, yeah.
It's like it's such a good.
No,
I mean, it's
such
a
remarkable,
meaty piece of drama. Did you know it going into?
I did know it. I've wanted to play this part a long time, and it's so kind of chillingly poignant right now. I mean, what the second line of the play is, I don't read the news anymore. It's wild and really timely, and but yeah, it's its second play, and some would argue his best.
How old's your son?
He's 2.
It's also it's a lot about fatherhood. We had Tracy Letts here.
Sure.
He talked, what'd you say?
Oh, sure, Tracy.
Yeah.
Guy.
And there's a lot to sort of really get emotional about, right? Yeah. He plays your dad.
Yes, he does.
And your relationship is sort of a big part of the drama of the piece.
Yeah. It is. You do have a bit more of a perspective, not only on father-son relationships in plays, but also your relationship with your father in real life. You're like, oh, maybe that's what he was going through. Ugh. Why was I such a dick?
Why were you? We've all been wondering.
We're all asking the same question. Ben, why are you such a dick?
The line Arthur Miller never got to.
Right. I submit that to you, Arthur.
It's a little more Tracy Letts. A little more of a Tracy Letts line as a playwright.
Yeah.
Yes. And how's Annette Bening, your fellow Tony nominee, Annette Bening?
I adore her. Well, she makes my job so easy because if you just look her in the eyes, you have no choice. It's 1947. She's your mother, and she's having a nervous breakdown, and you have to deal with it. And she's so lovely off stage and so wild and professional on stage that she's an absolute pleasure. She's the real deal. She's everything that they say.
Have you met Warren Beatty?
I have. He's come twice.
She's married to him.
That's what I hear.
I love him.
That's what she tells me. Yeah.
He's
He's come a couple of times. He really enjoys it. And I mean, it is an excruciating play to watch.
Yeah.
And the fact that he just keeps coming back, I think, says more about him than the play.
He got his start on Broadway too.
Oh, sure.
It's fun and so did Annette Bening. I always heard Coastal Disturbances was
That's
like
right.
big moment in the late '80s, and then she sort of went off to Hollywood.
Well,
Yeah.
happens to the best of them.
It happened to you too.
Ish.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm back.
Yeah, you've done fantastic films. In fact, it's so funny. I brought my friend Linda to see All My Sons, and she didn't know the play, and she loved it so much. And in her mission, she turned to me and she said, "You didn't tell me Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is in this?"
Yeah. He basically plays the same part in everything he does. I tell you.
So people know you from all different kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
And that's the fun thing about showbiz.
Right.
Right?
You get to transform.
Yeah. It's fun.
It is fun.
And so is this a good cast? Are you enjoying the process of this one? And you said it is a lot. It's sort of
if we didn't have the support that we have from each other, we wouldn't be able to get through it, especially on a 2-show day.
Yeah.
It really is grueling in the best way. And we have a great group. Everybody. There's not a weak link up there.
Nice. So every time I see you, I think I tell you that Broadway.com, we all love American Psycho. So I can't look at you without thinking about how much I love that musical.
Oh, thanks.
Me too. That was and you were so good in that show.
Oh, thanks.
That was a good one. And we're still waiting for that cast album.
Yeah, so am I, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
I mean, we can record a
Working
few of
on
the
it
songs
as hard as
here
I can go.
if you
Yeah.
want afterwards.
5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just do it right now.
If am I alone in my? Do you get this from a lot of Broadway fans? Do people bring up American Psycho to you?
What they normally say is, "Why didn't it run longer?"
I know.
And I go,
you're like,
"I know."
Yeah, you're like, I just got sick of it. I
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
"Close
I
it."
had better things to do. I tell you. No, it just didn't work out. But and I don't say this with any irony. I've always wanted to have a poster on the wall at Joe Allen.
Yeah.
And because it means you've been around long enough to be a failure.
It's famously it's flops. They put up
all the
posters of
posters
shows
are-
that did not run. They're called flops.
Flops.
It happens.
So I got a poster at Joe Allen.
Congrats.
I can die a happy man.
Yeah, I'm so happy
Every time I
for
come in,
you.
I'm like, no, I want that table. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah.
So you would choose that over a 2-year run and a cast album and
No, of course not. But it's still kind of cool.
Very cool.
It does mean you're cool. So if I had $20 million, and I said, let's just do American Psycho again, would you do it? Would you get the Walkman out and just go up there and do that again?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So if there's anyone out there with like a lot of money,
Yeah.
just call them.
Give it to us.
Okay.
Give us your money.
Okay, I'm so happy for that. I love
Sure.
that.
I love that show.
Yeah, yeah, so good.
It's another show that's kind of chillingly poignant. It could do with a brush up.
So chillingly poignant is what you look for.
Yeah. Something that really unsettles people.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, it's just if it's not connected to what's happening in our daily lives, maybe we're missing an opportunity. What are the parallels you can draw between the work you do and the life you live? So yeah, if it's not poignant, I mean, cotton candy's great, but you can't survive off it. How about that, Arthur Miller? Yeah, you can have that one for free.
Got it. So what was the first show you ever did when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I played the chorus in La Boheme. The little boy sings, "I want a trumpet and a horse." That was my debut.
Wow, that's pretty highbrow.
It was like small town community theater. It was
Sleepy Town?
Sleepy Town. Yeah, it was a snooze fest.
Speaking of, have you done drag? Because I already said you don't do drag, but maybe I missed one.
When's the last time I did drag? Let me. Can I use your phone? No, I'm not in. Not professionally. No one's ever paid me for it. I do it all the time, but no one will. I don't know what the problem is.
Those aren't the roles you're getting called for.
No, and I think it's a real shame.
Do you? So we've seen you do. You've done so many classics on Broadway. I mean, the first thing was Here at the Wind, right?
Sure.
That was a really good production.
Dangerous Liaisons.
Yeah, and then you did Tennessee Williams, Cat and Hudson Roof. Yeah, you've done a lot of these. Do you have any? Anything you're really dying to do, like any great classic writers or anything that you really would sort of like dream of doing?
I dreamed of doing this play.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long process because they're also doing a production in London, and I was fighting to do that one, and then it kind of worked out in the best case scenario. But I'd like to maybe do a little more song and dance at some point. I keep trying to add a tap number into this one, and Jack O'Brien's like,
We're not having it.
Yeah.
No. So you do.
Larry's Lament.
You want to do another? You're also, of course, Bloody Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
You don't have to say you were in it. You can just say you were Bloody Andrew Jackson.
I played Andrew Jackson.
Just say that. So you want to do more of that?
Yeah, I'd like to sing and dance a little bit.
Well, we like you singing and dancing.
Well, thanks.
What do you like sing at home that you want to do in front of people?
Ooh.
Is there anything specific?
Well, a lot of the music I've done has been kind of rock and roll, and I want to do a classic. I want to do some old-timey, great music. I want to do some Rodgers and Hammerstein. I want to do something great.
You'd be a good like Billy Bigelow.
Thanks.
I mean, they just did that, but I mean, but can you sing like soliloquy?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, you could sing soliloquy. Have you done that?
Yeah. No.
Do you want to do it right now? No. Probably
Yeah.
not. No.
Right now.
Surprise.
In drag.
Just sing for me.
But I would like to get some good, meaty music. Not that the music for a rock show isn't. I'd just like to sing with an orchestra.
Or something like Cole Porter or something like classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
Like, there's a lot of these things you could do.
Yeah, that'd be
But you're doing the
exhilarating.
other one. I mean, you have to choose. A lot of things happening.
Yeah.
But you're definitely up for a musical.
I'm up for it.
If someone has $20 million, you'll do American Psycho, or you'll do a classic.
Can you lend me $50 in the meantime?
For right now.
That's good to hear. I'm glad, because I like you singing and dancing.
Yeah.
And I like you being dramatic. You're just good. You're good at a lot of things.
Well,
Hey, Caitlin.
Yes.
What do the people online say?
We got a lot of questions over here.
Yikes.
So Molly wants to know, everybody in your Tony category, they're in a play, but they're all music men. So what's that been like for you? Everybody who's in your category has done musicals before, and now they're all nominated for a play.
Have you heard Brandon Uranowitz, who's in Burn This? He did an interview, and he came here and actually talked about it too. And he said that there's this misconception that musical theater, you've always sort of balanced the two. And if anything, we saw you do dramatic roles first before singing roles. But he said there's sort of this misperception about musical theater actors not getting the chance. And it's really interesting that this year's category, all of you are guys that can also sing the crap out of soliloquy.
Well, I mean, selfishly, it makes being nominated that much nicer. Is that you know that the people you're in your category are the cream of the crop. So that's really nice.
So there should be a sing-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Let them fight it out.
I would love that.
5 nominees enter, 1 nominee leaves. How many nominees are there?
5.
That's what I thought.
There
Woo, that was good.
Nailed it. Yeah, Branduran also said he wanted to go to brunch with all of you guys. You guys should work on that.
Okay.
You should get it going. But, so Scott says, oh, this is nice. Scott says, I saw the show last night. It was so good that I bought another ticket on my phone between the second and third act.
Oh,
Wow.
Wait,
Look at that.
That's not even a proper intermission. That's just a dark.
Yeah, it's like a good 4 or 5 minutes.
So
of-
he turned his phone on.
Bought a ticket.
and then he
turned
turned
his-
it back
Back
off,
off,
which
and
I
he turned it
appreciate,
back
Scott.
off.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. But Scott says, was it daunting to you to be tackling such an American classic?
Initially, but Jack O'Brien directed it. We had a master at the helm, and it's such a good play. Really, with this cast, as long as I put on my emotional seatbelt, it just kind of happens. So initially, but as soon as we started working, it seemed to kind of have a life of its own. So thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott.
When you coming back? I mean, and then maybe he'll buy more. Just keep coming. It's playing
Yeah.
until June 30th. You have many more opportunities. Just see All My Sons.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You're right. It's a
a
lot to
monster.
get through.
It is a monster. Yeah, so we'll do one more question. And Allie wants to know that just what is it like on stage and like backstage, and just how does it feel to be doing the show and being on Broadway?
It's exhilarating. Are you kidding? It's such an honor to do what we do, and a privilege. We're incredibly lucky, and that isn't lost on any of us. There is that moment, when the pre-show music starts where you just think you're gonna vomit, but then you work through it.
You still have that?
Oh God, yeah! Every time
Yeah.
you just here we go. And everybody kind of has their process backstage, whether like they listen to music or do push-ups or something, and I just kind of stand there and pick my nose. I don't try not to puke. But it is like a kind of a train leaving the station, and as soon as you get on it, it takes you. I'm proud of it and honored to be able to do this. So that sounds disingenuous, but it's not. I'm really lucky.
Have you ever actually vomited on stage? There's some shrubs on this set. You're in the backyard, so there's probably places
and
you could
tons
do
of places you can hide it. I was sick when we were doing Jackson in L.A., and I would run off and puke and come back on.
Wow,
and sing,
okay.
which is
That actually could have worked in the show. Just do it on stage.
Exactly,
That
yeah.
one. I don't know. That was...
so no, I haven't puked yet. But now that you say it, there are a few opportunities in the show where I can work that in. Good. Will you? Yeah, just write that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Are
Write
you
it
going to
down,
wear a
write
black
it down.
tux to the Tonys? Do you know yet?
Well, I don't know.
There's an event. It's at Radio City.
Right.
You have to dress up.
Well, we were just talking about this. I don't have a tux. I got to get a tux.
You don't have a tux?
Well, I live out of a duffel bag, first
Okay.
off. Everything I kind of owned, and like I get this shirt for this.
Oh, it's nice.
Right?
Aw,
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
thanks.
I was going to return
We
it, but I think
appreciate
I've
it.
sweated through it. So, and now I'm going to have puke all over it. So yeah, I got to get a tux. Why not? Yeah, I'll wear a black tux.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to cheer you on Tony Night.
Thanks.
Everyone, go see Arthur Miller's All My Sons. Make the title long. Every title has to be long. The longer you can make a title, the more important it is.
Arthur Miller's American Class.
That's why when you come back in American Psycho, it has to become Duncan Sheik's.
Sure.
Yeah, you have to extend.
Just-
the title was too short.
yeah,
that was the
American
problem.
Psycho. Homage to the devil inside all of us.
Yes. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Good to
having
see
me.
you. Hey,
Thanks, guys.
Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcast by searching for hashtag live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow when we talk to Tony nominee Gideon Glick all about To Kill a Mockingbird.